The data corruptor is probably one of the weirdest pedals that I own, and I love it for that, because it can make some very unique sounds. Let's just go through it, every sound that it can make and how the data corruptor works. So what you're hearing right now is just the square wave and you could just use it as a nice distortion. You can play power chords with it. It's also kind of fuzzy, so you can also use it with your neck pickup. So you can do your white stripes, Jack White type of riffs on it. So let's go now to the second voice, which is the subharmonic. So right now you're just hearing the subharmonic, and I set it to 1 octave down. And as you can hear already, this is where the pedal gets a little bit weird, because it's just not a constant tone that you're hearing. What the pedal exactly does on the inside, I don't really know exactly, because I'm not that much of a pedal nerd what happens on the inside. But as far as I can tell, what's being said in the manual is that the pedal kind of reacts to itself, basically. So this adds a little bit of a randomness to the sound. This is just me hitting one note. So sometimes it goes up an octave, sometimes it goes down, but the setting on the pedal says it's 1 octave down. And we have different types of settings. So let me try a couple of different settings. So right now this is 2 octaves down. Okay, and this is really weird. This is 2 minor sevenths down. I don't know why you would want to use this, but it's on this pedal. Okay, but what is the cool thing is that right now we can combine it with the first voice that we started this video with just the square wave. And the square wave is kind of a normal, quote-unquote, normal signal. And when the two are combined, when the two are on, it creates a different effect. So right now what I want to do is put the subharmonic back to the first setting that I had it on, and usually when I'm playing with this pedal and making riffs, I always have it on just 1 octave below, because that is the most normal one. So for this example, I will also do that right now. So right now you're hearing the square wave and the subharmonic with 1 octave down at the same time. What's quite interesting in the manual, they say, which is a little bit counterintuitive, I didn't know this before, but usually I played with the bridge pickup with this pedal because you would think that would track the best, but actually in the manual it says to use the bridge pickup for the best tracking, which is interesting. And I think I agree, actually. It's actually really smooth. Okay, so now go to the third one, and this is where it really gets crazy. This is an oscillator, and it really is absolutely bonkers. So I will first put on the oscillator solo, and then later I'll combine it again with the square wave and the subharmonic combined. And this master oscillator, how they are calling it, I can also have different settings, so 1 octave up, a fifth up, etc. Just several options are available. So right now I will just do the one that I do the most, which is 1 octave up, which sounds like this. And what you can already hear is that this master oscillator, it kind of has a life of its own. It's it goes at its own pace, and it's really random. Which is really where the uniqueness of this pedal comes from. What I didn't tell before is that there is also a rate knob, so we can play with that as well. And then the toggle that I switched just now, it says glide versus vibrato, and before I had it on vibrato, and right now it's on this setting called glide. So it plays a tone, and then afterwards it just slides down like this. Which is weird, also very weird. But it's so cool, and this pedal always surprises me. These sounds are just so cool. It's so weird. Okay, so now let's combine a couple of the voices. Okay, so first I'll just combine the square wave and the oscillator. That's really cool. I forgot my tone wasn't on. modulation territory there, right? Okay, so now let's do the oscillator. Let's do the oscillator and the subharmonic and turn the square wave off. Okay, this is the subharmonic and the oscillator at the same time. Let's turn the square wave on as well. So now it's all three. All three on at the same time: the square wave, the subharmonic, and the oscillator. Which is really cool. Okay, so now we have all these different combinations that we can make, and I still have two more functions that we have to go through, which is the toggle on the left. There is this toggle which says that the subharmonic should function in unison, or it should react in correspondence to the oscillator. How that would work on the inside, again, I'm not really a pedal nerd on how this stuff works on the inside, but it just corresponds with the oscillator. So let's see how that sounds. I'm having a little bit trouble exactly hearing what is happening, but that is often the case with this pedal. The bottom line is that it gets more chaotic if the toggle is set on the oscillator. So if you want to make more noise, put it on oscillator. If you just want to play more clean riffs like I did at the beginning of this video, put it on unison. And that's often what I find myself doing when I just want to play a little bit more of a clear melody or riff. And then we have the knob on the right also, where we can we have some more octave options with whether we want it to be unison, 1 octave down, or 2 octave downs, I guess. So let's listen to what that sounds like. Yeah, so it only affects the master oscillator, that knob on the bottom right. So yeah, this is the data corruptor, and it's a very strange, weird pedal. In practice, I find it's also just a really nice gain pedal, a very nice, unique gain pedal. So if I just put on the square, You can just play. It's a great fuzz pedal, basically. And for noiseescapes and more experimental stuff, you can just start messing around, right? Like this. It's so cool. It's really unpredictable and fun to play with. Okay, so that was it. What are my final thoughts on the data corruptor? Well, I first bought it thinking it would be a very cool, weird, modulated distortion, and also I could play it a lot more for very distinct melodies. And the truth is that it's not really for that, actually. It's actually really, really out there. In a good way, but I find myself using it not as often as I thought I would have had, and as much as I would have wanted. Besides that, it's a really expensive pedal, so that if that was like so if that's like your main reason also for buying one, for the modulated part, for the modulated distortion weirdness, I would really recommend maybe trying it out first in a store, or borrowing it from somebody, or watching a lot of more videos like this. That's also why I'm making this video, because I used to watch all kinds of videos on it myself, and sometimes people are not really honest when it comes to pedals. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's a very good quality pedal, and the way it's built, it's like a tank, you know, and I've had it on my boards a lot of times, but also that is maybe a downside, that it's really big. Maybe it doesn't look like it on video, but it's really big. So when it's on your board, you could fit like 2 small pedals in the same space of this. So, you know, would I recommend it? It really depends on what your aim is. If you really want a super weird pedal, and that's kind of your sport, I would say go for it, because it's really weird, yeah. If you want like a good square wave based fuzzy type of distortion pedal, yeah, it's also really nice. And if you just want like a noise making machine, and you want to make like noise escapes, yeah, this is it. If you would combine this with a crazy delay, for example, you can get some very cool sounds out of it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.